doctor's coat. Has anyone seen my coat? The doctor called out to her group of companions as she frantically searched the TARDIS control room for her missing coat. Graham was reading on a bench while Ryan and Yaz were working on documenting their last adventure you all had. The only one that wasn't in the room was you. No one's seen your coat, Doc, Graham said over his book, and the other two mumbled in agreement. The doctor sighed as she placed her hands on her hips. After scanning the room once again, she decided to go below and search there. Yaz shook her head with a smile before she went back to what she was doing. The three took their time for now, relaxed in between adventures, as the Time Lord surged on. When you all got back to the ship, you opted to go right to your room to wash off, but before you disappeared from the main room, an idea took hold of you, and you smirked to yourself as you slipped away unnoticed. You had just gotten out of the shower and dried yourself off when you heard a knock at the door. You stayed hidden on the small bathroom at the back of the space as you questioned who was at your door. There was one particular person you'd hoped it would be. "It's the doctor," came her voice on the other side of the door. Your heart skipped a beat. "Come in, doctor," you replied. "I'm just getting out of the shower." The Time Lord let herself in and closed the door behind her. She looked around the room as she asked you, "Have you seen my jacket? I can't seem to find it anywhere." That was when you emerged from the bathroom, her coat draped on your body. "You mean this?" you asked with a devilish grin on your face. She sighed in relief as she smiled back at you. What a sight that was. "Yes, exactly." She took a few steps towards you. "Can I have it back now, please?" She ended by saying your name so sweetly. "I would, Doctor." You shimmied your shoulders playfully as you spoke. "But I don't have anything on underneath this." Her breath caught in her throat at your confession, and for a moment, she didn't know how to react. A wave of emotions rushed through her as she imagined you naked underneath her jacket. She closed the gap between your bodies and used a finger to gently push the fabric apart, just an inch. The doctor let out a deep breath when all she could see was your skin between the fabric. You bit your lip as you watched her, and you could feel yourself blush. You never did anything this bold before, but you were in a mood, and you just wanted the doctor to tease you a little bit. "Like what you see, Doctor?" you asked as you pushed the fabric apart further. Her eyes moved from your chest up to meet yours. "Yes," she whispered, as she glanced down at your lips. Her hands made their way to cup your face before she pulled you in for a kiss. You eagerly responded and wrapped your hands around her waist to deepen the kiss. Your lips parted to let her tongue in, and the room filled with the sounds of your sloppy yet passionate kiss. The doctor pulled back, just enough to get a good look at you, with your hands no longer there to hold the coat closed. She could see that you were lying. Your bare body was on full display of her, with just the long fabric to frame. She licked her lips as her eyes hungrily roamed over your figure. "Wow," she breathed out. Her hands started to roam over your body, from your face where she held you. Her fingers slightly brushed down your sides. This made you shiver, and it only turned you on even more. The doctor brought her hands back up to her. The doctor brought her hands back up to cup your breasts, and the action made you let out a soft gasp. You grabbed onto her shoulders to steady yourself as she gently massaged your wounds, your head tilted back on its own, and she took the opportunity to nip and kiss at your exposed neck. You couldn't hold back a moan as she found a particularly sensitive spot on your neck. The doctor smiled against your skin as she got more aggressive, with kissing you all down your neck and collarbone. You pushed your body gently against hers, and you grinded yourself on her leg. She glanced down for a moment and chuckled when she saw how wet you were already. "Doctor," you sighed as you started to pull her clothes off her body. She happily complied. As she shifted back...